Hello and welcome to the match preview show here on the Rangers Rabble. My name is Martin Douglas and I am joined tonight by Mr. Charity Man himself, Wilf Marshall. Wilf, how are you?
Hi Martin, how you doing?
Have you sorted out your sleep out night for the RFC charity yet?
I've registered for it, but I'm not sure where I'm doing it yet because I don't have a garden, so I can't do it in the garden, and I feel I should do it.
Well, before we started tonight, I might need to move in with you. So, and we're also joined by a newcomer to the Rangers Rabble, Mr. Greg Campbell. Greg, how are you?
Good, thanks, Martin. Thanks.
Right. So, gents, starting a wee bit of a sombre note before we come to the Aberdeen game. And Greg, obviously, it broke today as we record on Wednesday the 19th. Thursday the 19th. I'm having a mare already. Jordon Jones and George Edmundson, obviously, 7-game ban for their breaching COVID rules. I don't think they would have been in a lot of people's thoughts going forward anyway. But does a 7-game ban feel fair to you?
No, I think it's a bit extreme, to be honest with you. I think we've seen what's been on with other teams like with Celtic, Bolly Nolly and stuff. It was kind of half the time, and Aberdeen players as well was kind of half the time. So I think the 7 match is quite extreme. Frustrated for Jones because I'm quite a big fan of Jones when he gets his head down and plays. But I think with other charges, with drink driving and stuff like this, and this came along as well. I think that's maybe him finished now. I think that will probably be the closure for him. Edmundson, I think he's got a good potential at Rangers and stuff like that. I think I'll probably just maybe a lesson learned for him, just to kind of take a bit of time to maybe focus on. It was a kind of silly mistake, and then hopefully focus on the things that are important, which is try to get back into the team, because obviously we've got Goldson now and Balogun, Helander, so there's top centre halves there. So hopefully it takes a bit of time just to kind of focus on that, and then get back into training and focus on getting in the team.
I know it's a weird one because, like Greg says there, Wilf, Jordon Jones, he's had his troubles in the past, but Edmundson, it was probably a bit more of a surprise to us all. But 7 games, where does the 7 games start from? Does it start from the incident? Does it start from now? What do you think?
I believe that it's from when the incident happened, so they've already missed a game. The Hamilton game, I think, classes as the first game. I think 7 games is a bit extreme as well, but especially considering what the Celtic and Aberdeen players got. But I suppose the way they're probably looking at it as well, they were the first cases of it, and we said then that it's going to be severe. I'm just glad that Rangers got hold of it when they did, and they broke the news, because it could have been an awful lot worse. I mean, I believe the club aren't getting sanctioned, which is good, and the 7 games doesn't really. I think it's excessive, but it doesn't really bother me, because I don't expect to see either of them playing for us again.
Well, that's the sad thing, Wolf, because Greg mentioned it as well with Edmundson. Possibly Balogun might be injured. I'm not sure. I haven't double checked because he went off for Nigeria. We've got Katic still out, which leaves us with just Goldson and Helander. So maybe Edmundson has really done himself a serious misjustice with us as well. He's going to miss out in games that he possibly could have played in, which is only going to hurt his development going forward.
Well, Jones is the same. I mean, they would both have been playing in games. I'd imagine they'd both have played against Falkirk in the League Cup. Had this not happened, had they not made an arse of it, really. And I mean, Jones has cost himself 2 or 3 international caps as well, because he should have been away with Northern Ireland over the last international break. So, and he's possibly cost himself more caps, because what's going to happen to him in January? I'd imagine we'll ship him out, but where's he going to go? And is he going to get back into the international fold after that?
That was easy for you to say.
It wasn't really.
No, absolutely. But listen, let's move on and talk about why we're here, Greg. And obviously, Aberdeen on Sunday at midday kickoff, and it's just good to have the club football back, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. You really miss Rangers when they're not playing. I've never been a big lover of the international football myself. I try and get into it, but I just find it difficult to watch. It's just kind of no team same as watching your own team, which is Rangers, I think. So it will be just good to have them back. It was actually good watching the Rangers women as well when following them and stuff. Just to have Rangers on a weekend was good. But no, definitely looking forward to the game. I think it was a tough challenge again. I think Aberdeen have got better again. You can see there's a bit more belief about them and intensity in their place. I think it will be a tough challenge. for Rangers, but I do believe if we play our best and are kind of strong and stuff as well, it'll be good. Aye, definitely looking forward to it. It's good to have it back.
And obviously, well, it's an area obviously you live in. Obviously, the games at Ibrox, but it's a team that we have kind of seemed to struggle against under Gerrard. Is that fair to say?
To an extent, yeah. I mean, we've given them a couple of good hidings as well, but yeah, we do, because they always seem to raise their game. I mean, Aberdeen, as Greg says, they're a decent side, and they've got, but they only seem to have the one game plan, and it's catching us off a high ball, set plays, corner kicks, free kicks. That tends to be their game. I mean, from what I'm hearing up here, there's 3 or 4 players out injured at the weekend, supposedly. I mean, I believe that when they actually don't appear on the team sheet, because you know what clubs can be like. Obviously, Ross McCrory has to miss out because he's on loan from us and he can't play against his parent club, which is good because he's making them tick in the middle of the park, from what I can gather. He's struck up a really good relationship with Lewis Ferguson. So obviously they'll need to draft somebody in for that. I've got no idea. I mean, I don't watch Aberdeen. I take nothing but pay no attention to what they do. I don't know who they'll bring in place of him, but he won't be as good as him. I wouldn't have thought. So I think it'll be a stiff test. But like all these games at Ibrox against everybody really, we score first, and particularly if we score early, then it's game on and it's down to us, because I think we're quite good at the back, but we'll need to stay concentrated at the back. Mm-hmm. Because they will. I mean, they'll throw high balls up to Cosgrove. You know, without question, they'll throw high balls up to Cosgrove, and then when they've got set pieces, they'll stick other big boys up.
That's the thing. Cosgrove does completely change the way that Aberdeen play. So, what type of game are you expecting on Sunday? And then, Greg, are you expecting, like Wilf says, Aberdeen just to sit back, soak up the pressure, try and hit on the break, and us to try and break them down, which is something I suppose in the past that we have struggled to do?
Aye, I think so. I think Wilf was saying there, it will be about the long balls, because I think Cosgrove likes to kind of get in the defenders' faces and stuff like that. But I've not really watched them much as well. But the couple of games I've seen them, they kind of they've been pressed a bit more. So I'm expecting a wee bit more of that. They kind of maybe not as much with McCrory not being there, but I think they will press and kind of get in Rangers' faces in the middle of the park, which I think could be good for us as well, getting the balls in behind them. If they're coming forward, it'll create more space for Kent, Morelos, and Flevruth starts as well. So I think that'll kind of add to your game and stuff, and we'll kind of break them down that way. But mostly I think they'll kind of sit in, as Wilf was saying as well, like set pieces and stuff's a big thing for them, and it's just kind of more trying to frustrate us. So it's really us to make sure that we're at our game plan and then kind of building forward. And I think if we do that, then we'll get the 3 points.
Is it a worry, Wilf, coming back from international break? Obviously, we had such good form going into it, and I think a couple of times last season coming back for breaks, we didn't exactly perform to the best that we could, for lack of a better term.
No, we didn't. But I think these current international breaks, I think they're doing us a favour, because they're giving the players time to rest. Because of what looks like our key players, the generals that the manager has on the park, they don't play international football. Mm-hmm. You know, McGregor doesn't go away. Neither does Goldson, Tavernier, Kent. They don't play international football, and they're like our mainstay players. So they'll have had a few days off and a bit of training together and stuff like that. Whereas Aberdeen's players that have been away, it's their major players that are away on international duty. Now, we've got guys that you're not guaranteed they're going to play every week that were away. You know, because you're not guaranteed Ryan Jack's going to start, because he just depends what midfield he picks. John McLaughlin isn't going to start, you wouldn't have thought. You know, Balogun may or may not start. As you say, he might be injured. He may or may not start. We don't know. So it's not the major players that have been away. Whereas Aberdeen, any player they've got on international duty is a major player for them. So it's probably done us a favour, giving the players a chance to get a rest.
Who do you expect to start, Wilf? Obviously, it's been very difficult because each game Gerrard makes 5 changes. But do you see, obviously, like you're saying, maybe Kent, Goldson, McGregor, do you expect it to be the core of what his strongest 11, if you like, would be?
I think they'll definitely start. I think the back 5 basically, I think, picks itself. I expect Helander to be in beside Goldson, with obviously with Barisic and Tavernier, but in front of McGregor. The midfield, you'll usually go the usual 3 midfield. I don't know what's happening with Stephen Davis, because he left Northern Ireland for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Don't know what they are. I hope they're nothing. Hope it's nothing too serious, you know. And because he wouldn't just have left them for the sake of leaving them because he loves playing for his country. So I'm of the mindset that he probably won't be available. In which case we'll probably, I would imagine, have Jack, Aribo, and A another, but I don't know who the A another would be. I don't know whether it would be Aribo or who
Haji, maybe.
Possibly Haji, don't know. And then and again, depending who he puts in there, depends who he puts up front. You know, I mean, I expect Roof to play, but I don't know if he'll play Roof alongside Morelos. As you say, you can't really second guess a manager.
It's really, really difficult, but I suppose, Greg, in a way, it's great now this season that we have all these options.
Oh, definitely. Aye, it's great. It's the first time in years we've had maybe 2 or 3 to kind of cover positions, and it's players that you would consider putting in the first team now as well. So that strength and depth's been amazing for us. It really is. Again, it's hard to kind of pinpoint who it is going to start. But I would quite like to see Kent, Morelos, and Roof start kind of front 3. Maybe midfielder like Aribo, Kamara, and then again if Davis is there. But I don't know if he'll maybe throw Zungu into the mix. I don't know if he'll start, but I can see him coming on definitely at some point as well.
Zungu, quite possibly. But again, this is one of the issues, well, for international football. We've had Zungu, I think, South Africa at home. We've had Morelos, who was away in South America playing for Colombia. So the manager might decide, well, look, the guys that have been away, far away, we'll give them a rest, leave them on the bench, and that's where maybe your Roofs and your Itten might even get a start against an Aberdeen, simply because of how physical their defence is.
Yeah, you might be right. It might get a start. I mean, I know Zungu was back in Glasgow this morning because he tweeted quite early this morning that he was back. So that's good to know. Morelos, I wouldn't imagine he'll be back till tomorrow. But the fact the game's on Sunday gives him a bit of extra time to get ready. And I believe he didn't play in Colombia's last game, which is quite typical because they get scalped 6-1. So you might be right. I actually expect Morelos to start because Aberdeen are a big physical side. You know, and I think he likes noising them up. You know, although it used to always be McKenna that he fell out when he's not there anymore. But I would expect Morelos to start. But who starts beside him? Kent obviously is going to be on one side, but whether it is Itten or Roof, or he might throw in a curveball, stick the foe in. You know what I mean? You just don't know what he's going to do.
Well, don't forget, and I'll come to you for a prediction in 2 seconds, but in fact, no, Greg, I'll come to you just now for it, not forgetting that the last 5 games, Aberdeen have won 3 and we've only won 2, but we are in fantastic form this season, it has to be said. So how do you think the game is going to pan out, and give me a prediction?
I think it will be a tough game. It'll be hard to break them down, but I do think we'll win. I think 2-0. I don't know if we'll score early, but I think maybe we'll score through the first half, and then same kind of in the second half. I think we'll eventually kind of peel them off, and I think we've been solid enough at the back, so I do think we will keep them about. But 2-0.
2-0.
I hate predicting scores. I really do.
You're going to have to get used to it.
I know that. But Rangers will win. See, my problem with predicting scores, I never ever predict Rangers to lose a goal. And we'll have to lose goals at some point. So just bear that in mind going forward. But no, I think it's quite comfortable. 4-0 for Rangers on Sunday.
4-0.
4-0.
Well, if that comes out, you can come and sleep in my garden for the sleepers.
I'm not allowed to travel down there.
That's true. Right, just before we go, well, I think this was more towards the end of last week or the start of this week. But this, again, with my fantastic research, this is me just hearing about it. We have been linked, and I don't know how true it is, but we've been linked with Kenny Mclean. For you, is that a viable option for us to take, and is he good enough?
I don't think he's good enough to get us to get a regular starting place in our team. From what I've seen of him, and I haven't really seen a lot of him. But I don't think it's viable because I believe that Norwich were looking for. Norwich is, I think it's Norwich, wherever he is. I believe they were looking for 10 million for him in the summer, and he'll be on a few quid. But I also saw a comment on Instagram from his agent under a picture of the story, and it was just laughing faces. Which makes me think it isn't going to happen. But you know what, agents play that sort of game anyway. So, but I don't think he would come. because we wouldn't be able to pay him the kind of money he's looking for.
Now you go along with that, Greg. You're along the kind of same lines. It's a bit far fetched.
Aye, definitely. I think so. I don't think he's good enough as well. Again, I've not seen much of him at Norwich, but I think we've got better quality in the team as well. And I think the money's probably getting in there. He's not going to kind of come here, and 10 million's a bit, that's far too expensive for him. I wouldn't pay anywhere near that amount.
No, you wouldn't pay that when you can get Zungu for 3 million or whatever it was, you know.
Aye.
Right, Wilf and Greg, thank you very much, guys. Just a wee short preview show. It will be available to watch on YouTube and on Facebook, and it will be available to download from Acast, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. So once again, Wilf, mate, thanks very much.
No bother, Martin.
And Greg, mate, first appearance, thank you very much.
Thanks, Martin. Cheers.
And thank you to everybody watching and listening, and we shall speak to you. In fact, on Sunday, we'll be doing a live match reaction, so follow us on Twitter at Rangers Rabble to keep updated on when that will be coming out. So until then, speak to you soon. Bye-bye.